Hi there. Cruising to Mykonos? Well, this video could be really interesting to you because it tells you where your cruise ship might be parked and how that might affect your visit to Mykonos. So watch on. Hi there. I'm Mama Jane's husband and this is...
Must be Mama Jane.
And we've been to Mykonos, haven't we, Mama Jane?
We have, and we've been truly blessed because we've been twice this year so far, so that's very nice. And now Mykonos is not straightforward, shall we say?
It's not straightforward, is it? No.
But don't let that worry you, because we're going to tell you all you need to know-ish. Yeah. So what happens is there are two ways of arriving at Mykonos. Either you are docked actually at the port side, or you drop anchor offshore and you are tendered in. For those who don't know what a tender is, it's often the lifeboats on the ship that are used to take passengers from the cruise ship to the port. And so you never really know which it's going to be until the day. Yeah. So
now we've been lucky to visit on Enchanted Princess and on Pinot Azuros this time. And usually on both occasions we were docked at the port. And it's worth saying that the port is not in Mykonos town itself. And that does create problems sometimes for the cruise passenger, because you've got to get to Mykonos Old Town if you want to explore it independently.
Now there's various ways of doing this. You could be booked onto a trip organised by the whichever cruise line you're using, or you could have already booked a third party trip. Or you could be just wandering off yourself. Now, I'm not sure how easy that is then to get into Mykonos.
Well, there is a water taxi for €2. You can get on the water taxi, so it's dirt cheap to get there. And it's quite a pleasant ride. And of course, you've got to remember to leave plenty of time to get back on the water taxi, and there might be queues and everything. Yeah,
there almost certainly will be queues because there's lots and lots of cruise ships go to Mykonos one way or another, and so it can be tricky, not impossible, but don't just think you can rock up and get on a water taxi.
Yes, so and as you leave the cruise ship, whether you're going on an excursion or you're self-exploring, you've got a little bit of a walk. You come out of the ship and then you have to walk through these gates, and there's sort of an attempt at some security checks. They're not vigorous, and then you go. There's a place just outside where you would gather if you're on a cruise excursion. Also, that's the place where you'd get on the taxi. Water taxi, that is. There are taxis that do appear, but there's not many. And they are expensive in Mykonos because there's more people than taxis. And also, it's a ferry port where the cruise ship actually docks. And it can get busy, can't it? There's lots of ferries coming and going
between the islands. So be aware of that. It's going to be very busy whenever you go, I would have thought. Yeah.
So what you've got to do is just look that a ferry's not docked when you're about to get off the ship, because you could get swamped by hundreds of passengers and cars and everything when you're getting off. So just keep an eye on that. The other thing about you might be getting a shore excursion booked or an independent trip, and you're doing it by boat, and they will pick you up sometimes directly from the cruise port rather than having to get across to Mykonos town itself. So it's a busy little port. It's got space for one cruise ship, possibly two small ones. So the twice we've been lucky enough to be docked, but then there's been several ships that have been anchored much closer to the actually Mykonos Old Town, and have been tendering people in, but they tend to be in the smaller ships, ironically. Yes, it's not a straightforward place, Mykonos Town. And the port itself, don't be disappointed when you dock, because what do you think about it, Mama Jane?
There's not a lot to see, and it's not very pretty, and it's I may disagree, it depends what you like to look at. So don't be put off, because when you get into Mykonos Town, it's beautiful. Much
more what you're expecting.
Yes. Yeah.
And also the sail away. We'll drop some videos in and pictures of all these things. And the sail away, well, it's perhaps not the best sail away in the world as well.
We're not painting a very...
No.
Do not be put off by
Don't
this.
be put off
but
by
just
this.
Don't be surprised. And also, if you know these things are going to be, you're going, oh yeah, that's what they said. Oh, that's what they said. And you're not going to be thinking, what on earth is all this? No, it's well worth the effort. In
all honesty, I think it's probably more convenient for the cruise company to be docked than it is for the cruise passenger. Because if you tendered... If you anchored, you tendered straight into Mykonos Town, and it's much easier. Whereas if you docked at the port, it's easier for the cruise company, but then you, as a passenger, have got to get to Mykonos Old Town. So we'll actually drop in the sail away as well for Mykonos, so you can see. And
Oh, and the rough sea.
Oh yes. Now, I not Mama Jane. No, Mama Jane's got a bit of a dodgy knee at the moment, so she's not going on all the shore excursions. And the 2 shore excursions we did for Mykonos, I did on my own, both we had to go past Mykonos Old Town to get where we were going. We went to Delos, and there'll be a video about that. Interesting place, Delos. And there'll also be, we went for a couple of swims off some beaches, and I did a bit of snorkeling. And that was really good. Both of them were really good. But once you get past Mykonos Old Town, the sea is really rough. And it's often rough as well. The captain on one of the ships told me that it's often a very rough sea. So I'm going to drop a bit of video in of that as well, just to warn you that if you're a bit of a gentle, queasy and gentle stomach, just forewarned is forearmed, isn't it?
Take your tablets.
Take your tablets.
It's not like being on a ship. It's, yeah. And please don't feel sorry for Mama Jane, because I am having a very nice time, sat lounging around, reading...
Drinking Prosecco.
No, coffee in the morning. But I will be back. So please don't wonder where I am. That's where I am, somewhere else.
Okay. So, it's a goodbye from...
me.
And it's a goodbye from...
him.
Goodbye.
It's a very safe island. Of course, because of the tourism and the high-end tours here, obviously there are from time to time organized gangs, let's say, so that come here. They come from outside. I want to say a big thank you for your patience today, your interaction, your collaboration, all the questions you did, and I wish that you have an amazing evening, that you take beautiful memories of Mykonos with you, and why not, let me see you back on our island. Stay healthy and travel a lot, everyone.